in this competition and have another upset like the men's competition. We have sent our very best gymnasts. Nerves are tight there for both teams, but we've sent our best. Leading the pack is TRACEE TALAVERA and Julianne McNamara. The Russians are not taking this lightly either. They've sent the current world champion, OLGA BICHEROVA, and 5 other gymnasts that could be her clone. It should be tight if both teams hit, so we'll just have to see.
As you can see, the USSR women took the early lead in the team competition, 48.45 to 48.05, with the help of a dynamic performance on vault by the petite Valentina Shkoda. She's 14 years old from Moscow. She scored a 9.8 on this very fine effort. And now we move on to the uneven bars. And for the United States, from Reading, Pennsylvania, 16-year-old Michelle Goodwin.
Michelle has one of the most difficult mounts in the competition. It's called an Arabian. She does a round off onto the board where she hits backwards, goes up in the air, makes a half twist in a flipping position, and catches that high bar. Extremely difficult. Timing is critical. Beautifully done. Almost over-rotates it there. There's a hex with a half. Barely catches that high bar, but she does it perfectly. Right to her fingertips. Into a handstand, good position, full twist stomach whip. Somi to the high bar. One difficult move after the next. Hip to the high bar. Get ready for a dismount now. Right to the handstand. Soul circle on. Front with a half. Beautiful routine.
Michelle Goodwin. And the crowd loves it. And so do her teammates. And no wonder, 9.85. Now for the Soviet Union on the uneven bars, this is Olga Mostopanova, listed as 14 years of age from Moscow.
And Jack, one of the great things about the Soviet team is their form. It's just the execution of each move is so technically perfect. Doing giants now. Those legs very rarely separate. Back, reverse hecht over the bar, beautifully done. Very much in control. There's a delta, and to a clear hip there on the low bar. Double leg shoot through. Beautifully done so far. Each move is stretched completely. Getting ready for a dismount now. Way over the top bar. Free hip, front with a half twist. Very nicely done.
Olga Mostopanova. A fine performance on the uneven bars. Let's congratulations here from her coach. Let's take a look at the dismount.
On this clear hip, right here, she'll shoot those legs way up to the ceiling, hips ride way over the top bar, makes the half twist. Very well done.
Very well done indeed, and 9.85 for Olga Mostopanova. Even bars in just a moment. Even bars in just a moment. TALAVERA, one of the United States' leading women gymnasts, getting ready for the uneven bars. Let's take a moment and meet this very interesting and talented 15-year-old athlete from Walnut Creek, California. Swirling at the base of the Three Sister Mountains in northwestern Oregon is the Mackenzie River. At this time of year, its waters are high as it carries winter's runoff. It's still too cold to go swimming, but it's laden with trout, and that's what attracts Tracee to her favorite fishing hole.
Well, in my spare time, I like to fish, and when I'm standing out there, I'm either thinking, I wish the fish would hurry up and bite, or I usually think about how cold it is, and I think, well, I can stand it for about 15 more minutes. And usually I end up standing out there for about 3 hours.
Tracee usually fishes with her coach, Dick Mulvihill, who also coaches Julianne McNamara and who understands the intensity of these girls.
The intensity that these girls have is a plus. The water may be cold, the sun might be gone, the rain might be hard, and the thing about this type of recreation and its application is the intensity. In other words, they're intense in their practice, they're intense in their competition, but they can also be intense in their relaxation, like watching the tip of a pole all day for it to wiggle. So intensity, it becomes old hat.
Even at her home gym, Tracee is surrounded by intensity and competition from her teammate Julianne. But both girls agree it's a friendly competition.
A lot of people try to make a rivalry between me and Tracee, but roller gymnastics is just an individual sport, and you just try to do the best you can. And when someone else succeeds, you know, you're happy for them.
Julianne and I get along fine. It's not hard sharing the spotlight at all because, I mean, I think it's good that she's up here and everything because it helps me a lot to see her and then how she's progressing because then it sort of urges me to keep going.
TRACEE Talavera, and here she is at the uneven bars.
You know, Jack, of all the competitions, you can really see them concentrating in this particular competition. TRACEE starts out with a clear hip, right to a handstand, half turn, release, catch the high bar. So far moving very well. She has many innovative moves. Hit her feet just slightly on the bar, not too big a deduction. Clear hip to a handstand, toe on, full twist off. A little short on the landing, but not bad, good routine.
TRACEE Talavera with a strong performance on the uneven bars. Waiting now for the score. And here it is, a 9.80 for TRACEE Talavera. And she seems happy herself with that performance. And now for the Russians, Olga BICHEROVA. She's listed as being 15 years of age, from Moscow. She's 4 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 66 pounds, and has a face that ought to be on the ceiling of a church. She is the current all-around world champion.
Her form is impeccable, just like her teammates, and like the United States, the Russians cannot sit back and take it easy, even if they are a world champion. They have to compete hard, and she'll do that right here. This opening move. Somi right to the high bar, beautifully done. Stalter, half twist. They should go right to the handstand, a little bit of separation in her legs there. Straddle back over the low bar. Moving well. Her hip handstand, giant swing. Looks like she's just kind of playing around on the bar a little bit there. Front with a half twist, home and each dismount.
Olga BICHEROVA, all 4 feet 6 inches of her, 66 pounds on the uneven bar. Considering her weight and height, it's remarkable. One of the judges this afternoon is Lyudmila Teresheva, a 3-time Olympian. Now let's take a look at Olga's dismount.
Olga has a good dismount here, but her legs separate just slightly as she goes up here in the air. Feet shoot out, they separate, but a good dismount.
A 9.60, and the world champion is finding the competition rather difficult this afternoon. And now for the United States, this is Julianne McNamara, one of our leading women gymnasts. She's 16 years of age, but a veteran in international competition.
She begins with a mount that she invented. It's called the McNamara mount. It's a mixed grip, shoots right to a handstand, takes an incredible amount of strength. Right here. Right to the handstand, beautiful. What amplitude. Giant swing, barely any arch in her back. Eagle grip. Swing right over the low bar. What control. Every time I see her, I'm so amazed at how good she is. Whoops, little break there, slight pause. Great strength, however. She'll get credit for extra risk and originality. Beautifully done.
Julianne McNamara, a very strong performance here on the uneven bars. Let's take a look in slow motion.
Julianne has great upper body strength, but she does this giant right into the dismount. You'll see she'll pull down, hips drop to the floor, half twist in the air, way above that top bar.
A 9.9 for Julianne McNamara, and that helps the cause considerably. After the uneven bars competition, the USA takes over the lead, 97.1 to 96.9. Goda took the all-around lead in the women's competition with this 9.85 performance on the balance beam. She helped the women retake a slight lead over the USA, and the score going into the floor exercise is the USSR 145.6, the USA 145.3. And here she is, the all-around leader, Valentina Shkoda.
And Valentina is a tough little competitor. She starts out immediately with her first tumbling run, which is a double pike, gets lots of speed here. Very nicely done. Perfect position in the air. And she shows a lot of personality here. Real crowd pleaser. You know, even when she's not in competition or on the apparatus, she shows personality. Very talkative to her teammates. Get ready for a her second tumbling run now. It's a layout with a half twist, and she'll go right into a double twist. There it is. Once again, very well done. Complete command out there. One great thing about the Soviet team is they always manage to get that audience on their side. Great choreography. She hasn't stopped moving. Lots of energy. She'll need lots of endurance for the last tumbling run. This is double twist. Moving so well right now. Let's see if she can hit this ending. Perfect. Good routine. Look at the glitter on the eyes, too.
Yeah, she's glittering. Valentina Shkoda, 14 years of age, 4 feet 6 inches. Look at this, a standing ovation for her. All 62 pounds of her. She's the lightest gymnast on the floor. She's won a national junior championship in the all-around, but to win one in international competition would be quite an achievement for this youngster. 9.85, and they're going to have to catch her. Valentina
Simon, so he wouldn't want.
Valentina
Simon, so he wouldn't want.
Starts with a double pike. Right on. Kathy rarely breaks in form.
A little Russian music, too.
That's from when she performed in the World Championships. Kathy changes her routine quite often. She enjoys the change. Keeps everything interesting. 1.5 twists to a full. She was out slightly. I don't know if the judges caught that or not. Kathy spends a great deal of time on her ballet practice. Every day before she goes on the apparatus, she spends some time just on the ballet bar, warming up. I think a lot of our gymnasts in this country could take notice as to how determined Kathy has been to work on her dance and do the same. Spends a lot of time there. It's always nice to have the audience on your side, too. Aerial cartwheel. Lots of endurance needed for this last tumbling run. Round up flip-flop. Double twist. Very nicely done. You can see a slight smile on Kathy's face. She's done a nice exercise.
Another standing ovation. Kathy Johnson, the lady from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let's take a look in slow motion and see if she did step out of bounds, Kathy.
Well, you know, Jack, usually the judge lifts her hand in the air to tell the other judges if she stepped out, and there was no sign like that, so maybe they didn't even notice. Looked like she was just on the line there.
Apparently not, because she got a 9.9. Marvelous score for Kathy Johnson. Now for the United States, TRACEE Talavera coming into this final event. Second in the all-around. She needs a 9.95 to go ahead.
And if TRACEE can get by this first tumbling run and do it well, she has a good chance to do that. She starts out with a double pike. Critical move for TRACEE. She had trouble with it in the past, but has nailed it in the very last competition she was in. So let's see if she can do it here. Round off flip-flop. Double pike. Whoops. Big break there. 5/10 of a point. It's a hard move for TRACEE. She either holds onto it too long or not long enough. Timing needs to be improved. Front flip, round off flip-flop, full twist. That's got to be very discouraging for TRACEE. She's missed that in past competition, and I'm sure she'd like to get as much experience with it, though, before the Olympics. Little change of pace now. And here's her last tumbling run. Round off flip-flop, double twist. Too bad she had that break, but the racing team was good.
TRACEE Talavera, obviously disappointed with her floor exercise. Let's take a look in slow motion at the problem she had, Kathy.
After TRACEE's back handspring, you'll see that she has a lot of lean in her back. Right here, and she goes way back, and it causes a lot of speed, and she over-rotates. If she went a little higher, she wouldn't have had that problem.
A fine performance except for that one mistake, and it probably will cost her, yes, a 9.25, and that's not going to help the United States team score, but we still have a very close competition. Back with the final performances in a moment. In Olga BICHEROVA, she is third in the all-around coming into the floor exercises.
She could really do it on this event. She begins with a full-in double back. One of the most difficult moves in the competition. Soviet gymnasts are very expressive. Each move counts. Okay, here goes. Full in double back. Right to her knees. There's going to be a deduction for that. At least 2 or 3 tenths. They are rewarded for doing extra risk and originality. The routine 1.5 twist to a full twist. A little bit low on both those moves. Dive to a handstand. You can see they take a little rest before each tumbling run. It gives them just enough momentum now. And getting ready for a last tumbling run. A little bit too long here in this pause. It's going to be a double back. Round off flip-flop. Almost held onto those knees too long.
Olga BICHEROVA, the current all-around world champion, but finding the going rather difficult here this afternoon. Waiting for her score, she seems to know that she hasn't done too well. No, 9.25 for Olga BICHEROVA. And for the United States, Julianne McNamara, she doesn't figure in the all-around competition, but if she can score a 9.6, the United States women will win this meet.
This is a good event for Julianne. She opens with a double pike. She is usually very secure on this event. See if she can hit that double pike. Little break there. Little stumble. Okay. Round off flip-flop. Double pike. Oops. Big step back. Taking cluster points for stepping out. I think there's so much energy being poured out by these gymnasts. They're over-rotating most of their difficult moves, especially the double pike. Tremendous effort by the Americans today. Front pike, front flip, round off flip-flop, double back, right to her hands. Deduction there. I think the gymnasts have given so much on the other 3 events. They're a little bit tired here. Branny into a handstand. About 4 turns there. See if she can pull this last tumbling run. Round off flip-flop, double twist, right on.
Julianne McNamara. Now remember, she needed a 9.6 to put the United States women's team in front. She had a few breaks in that exercise, and She looks a little disconsolate here, doesn't she? As if she knew she didn't make it. She did not make it. 9.45. And there is Valentina Shkoda, the winner of the all-around competition, leading her Russian teammates to a narrow victory in the women's competition over the United States, 193.7 to 193.6. Earlier, however, the